our goals are, we are not in a position to win the White House.
Speaking of gaslighting, go back and watch that video. That's another group, right, that was on this app with a bunch of people jumping in the comment sections of black people, telling us that we were wrong, that, you know, we're supporting genocide, this, that, and the third, right? And when black people said we are voting harm reduction, we don't have the best choices in a lot of things. The presidential election is one piece of a very complex puzzle when it comes down to addressing what's happening in the Middle East. We got told and we got attacked by people that were saying we were minimalizing the harm being done to people in Palestine, right? And, you know, they kept going, died off for a little bit after the conventions were over, right? And after Vice President Harris was pretty much the nominee. Then they said the Stop Harris movement. And there were people, including myself, that said they can't be serious about Palestine because if their only focus is the presidential election, then yeah, they're not serious. And Green Party Jill Stein, another white woman, descended in our comment section. But go back and watch that video. They are openly saying they know they will never win the presidency, right? So what are they doing? They're trying to stop Kamala Harris from winning. And if just by the process of logic, if Kamala Harris loses, who wins, right? And I want people who want to come into the comment section to stop before you make a comment on this video or any other one. Ask this question. Based on what you've seen from the Republican presidential and vice presidential candidates, right? How does them being elected further the cause of people wanting genocide to stop in Palestine? How? How does those two individuals, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, help the cause of Palestinians in Palestine? Because here's what I say, and this is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. When it comes down to ethnicity, right? Not just race, ethnicity. Racism spills over into a lot of things, right? Palestinians are, from what I understand, a close-knit group. People who live near Palestinians say that they don't fuck with black people, right? And when I did a pull-up of how many Palestinians are in America, 177,000, give or take, right? Now, if you've got Palestinians, Arabs, and Muslims all coming together to say, oh, we're going to stop Kamala Harris, then now I got to ask this question. How is it that we're supposed to all be considered BIPOC, right? Black, indigenous people, persons of color, right? BIPOC. We're all looped into this bucket when we start talking about social justice, things like that. But you've got a group, UnCommitted, representing Arab, Middle Easterners, and Palestinians, saying that they're actively going to work to stop Vice President Harris from winning. And we know what the alternative is. So what does that say to black people? What does that say to black people who are arguably one of the most marginalized groups in this country? What does that say to us? So take genocide. The same way they tell us to take Trump out of the equation, take genocide out of the equation. Take genocide out of the equation. What does helping Trump get elected do for marginalized people in America? So now my question is, why should we as black people, right, sit and watch people of Middle Eastern descent around the country set up shop in businesses in black and predominantly black neighborhoods while simultaneously supporting an individual that's going to keep us down? See, this is where intersectionality and all the talk about it comes into play. Because we as black people have to look at everybody as our enemy. And that video proves it. That video validates what black people, in particular, once again, black women were saying just 2-3 months ago. Black women were getting attacked just 2-3 months ago. Black women were being attacked for criticisms of Jill Stein, another white woman. There's this pattern of why people are so quick to align with white people, and in particular, white women. Because after that woman spoke in that video, Jill Stein came up. I don't want to hear from anybody this talk about unity in America, because one of the most disposable groups in social justice are black people, in particular, black women. So, yeah.